Hey Libra, this is your February 25th daily reading. Um, I try to get your dailies out by 9 p.m. the night before, that's Eastern time. But if you'd like to just be notified of your dailies and any other readings that I come out with, like and subscribe to the channel. I would like to say thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers, and I appreciate you guys so much. And even if you haven't subscribed yet or this is your first time here, just I appreciate that you guys are taking time out of your day and your busy schedules to spend some time with me. So I do appreciate y'all. And thank you. All right, let's get on with your February 25th. What is happening for Libra for February 25th? What is their focus, obstacle, advice, and potential outcome for February 25th? Please and thank you. Libras, February 25th. Please and thank you. Libra. Too much. Oh. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, King of Cups, and Queen of Swords reversed. Let's make sure you got all of this. All right. So right off the bat, I feel like you're cutting someone off. I get that because you have this Nine of Wands that came out while I was shuffling. And that's talking about setting up boundaries. You are creating boundaries. So I don't know if it's just from life or people in general, you trying to work on yourself. I feel like this is something that we've talked about in your previous readings. I really should have a list telling me what the titles of your other readings, but I really feel like we've talked about creating boundaries in your previous readings, and so I think this is kind of like a continuation of that, because when I get a card that falls out, it's kind of like telling me this is something that's been going on in the background. This is something they're working on. It just lets me know that the February 25th really isn't just a part of one day. It's kind of a part of a bigger picture. And so you have the Nine of Wands kind of telling me that, you're creating boundaries. And then I see the Queen of Swords reversed here. So what I get, I haven't really looked too much at your other cards, but I get that you cut someone out. You're creating boundaries and you cut someone off, I feel like. So let's get into your actual reading. So your focus is the Seven of Pentacles. You are focusing, you're assessing right now. You're kind of focusing on your success. You're focusing on your finances. You're focusing on your hard work, and you're also kind of waiting to see what else is going to come in from what you've been working on. So this is really just kind of an assessment for you right now. You're just kind of waiting to see what else is coming in. If you have some other things that you've been kind of planting seeds about here and there, whatever they may be about, you're just going to see what's going to come from that. But you're kind of waiting to see what comes next. Part of your obstacle here, though, is the Ace of Swords. And so I'm getting, since this is your obstacle, I'm getting that you're waiting for some mental clarity about something. It could be a person or a situation. But you're waiting on some clarity, because Swords is talking about thoughts, you know, thinking communication, and you're waiting on, you're just waiting on some clarity about something. You may be waiting on communication from somebody or something, but you're definitely waiting on, you know, this Ace of Swords. So your advice. Your advice is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups he's a leader, and he's very supportive. He's very tolerant. He's like the complete opposite of what this Queen of Swords reversed is, to be honest. He's very deep. I get here too that you may need to embrace your emotions a little bit more. I don't see emotions anywhere in this reading except in the advice. So I think you need to either embrace your emotions, because I feel like you might have cut yourself off from your emotions because you're trying to set these boundaries. And it's hard for you to set boundaries when you want to help the people around you, even when you feel like they're just using you. So I'm getting that you can't, not that you can't, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't cut your emotions off because you're afraid of them ruling you. You should slowly start working on not ruling your emotions, but, you know, being in charge of your emotions, not letting them take the lead. But you still need to have emotions in there. You still need to have emotion. You still have to have feelings, because even though you've cut them off, they're still there. It's just going to end up in some kind of huge explosion. So you just got to work on your emotions a little bit. Stop focusing so much on your wit, your intellect, and which I get is kind of hard for you. I kind of feel like it is kind of hard for you. You kind of like, just like, you know, you are kind of like the justice sign. You know, it's you like things to be black and white, and feelings tend to like kind of have too much gray area, and you need to get more comfortable with the gray area is what I'm getting. So your outcome is the Queen of Swords. So she's normally, you know, very self-sufficient. She is very honest. She faces her problems head on and that type of thing. But really what I'm getting here for your message is that she also is very impatient, and I'm not getting that you are impatient. I feel like you've been very patient with something or someone up till now, and finally you've had enough, and that's why you're having to create these boundaries. But I get you end up just kind of cut them out completely. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be a friend, this could be a family member. They only come around when they need something, and you're tired of being their get out of jail free card because you have your own stuff going on. So, and you're tired of feeling like you're just being used, you know? So I get that you kind of are, you know, you're putting up these boundaries, but you're going to end up just cutting this person off or out altogether. And I'm not getting that this is a bad thing. You're not doing it with malicious intent. You're just doing it because enough is enough already. Like, if you have to put boundaries up with someone, like, they're not really respecting you anyways. So this isn't bad. This is just what you're kind of dealing with right now. I'm trying to figure out which oracle to pull for you, and I am leaning towards the Oracle of Shadow and Light. They've been quite popular for my past few readings. So, what message or guidance do you have for Libra for February 25th? Please and thank you. What message or guidance do you have for Libra for February 25th? Please and thank you. Just hard to shuffle these because they're so much bigger than the rest of them. February 25th. Faceless ghost and the haunted girl. Ghost people. So yeah, I mean, this really kind of goes back to creating these boundaries around people. What this card talks about is that these people that keep following her around, they're called ghost people because they don't really have an identity of their own. They just kind of flock to whoever is the most interesting at the time, and they like, and what I mean by that is like they're the most entertaining because there's so much gossip and drama, and that's what they're drawn to. And so these ghost people, while they won't hurt you, they don't help. So like if you just kind of ignore them, they go away. So this could be, I'm definitely getting this as some people. This is a person. This is a relationship. It might be more than one person. But I'm definitely getting the vibe that this is a person that you're going to end up cutting out. And it's good because they're not really, I don't want to say that they're not really real. They are real people. They just don't have any real identity of their own. They just change and morph into whoever they are around. And I feel like you know who these people are from this description. Like you keep finding out, you think you know them, but then it's like you don't really know them. They were just like mimicking characteristics of whoever they were hanging around that time. So that's what's going on, Libra. Like I said, this isn't, I don't feel like you're doing anything maliciously here. You've just kind of had enough. So this is good because you're kind of like just cutting the excess baggage out so you can, be happy. It's like not really serving you anyways. So like you get rid of that so you can keep pursuing what makes you happy. So, all right, Libra, that's your February 25th, and I'll see you next time.